Sushi. Hi, Elizabeth. Hold on. I'm getting this thing all together. Hold on. Can you guys hear me? Just want to make sure you guys can hear me.
Hey, girl. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? I can hear you.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
You are. Hi, Krista. Hi, Krista. Hold on. I gotta switch. Hi, Krista. Thank you for coming by. Hold on. I gotta switch my headset.
Hey, how's it going?
Here. Hey, can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? But there is definitely an echo. I don't know where the echo is coming from. Let's see. Did it work? No, I still hear echo. What the heck? Why do we have technical difficulties? No. How do we fix this?
You want to get off and try again?
Yeah, let's try that. Because I don't know why there's an echo. Okay, well, there's that. I fixed that part. I fixed that. So that's one issue down. Where's the how to fix this echo? But it might be on your. The thing is it might be on your end. I don't think it's on mine. Okay, guys, is that better?
Is that fixed?
Yep, that worked. Okay, perfect. That worked. Yay! Alrighty, let's start this. Unfortunately, I have to do live from Starbucks, but it works for now. I did not have enough time to get home from my shenanigans of running around, but we're here, we made it, and I have the lovely Elizabeth Ann on live, and I'm really happy that she said yes to being on live with us today and sharing some of her expertise, because, oh my god, I've been following her for a while.
Yeah.
I've been following you for a while, like, for very, very, like, I feel like for a year I've been following you.
Okay.
Like, that's a very long time. So,
I know. That's so exciting. Everybody tell us where you guys are tuning in from. I want to say hi.
yeah. I think Krista, I know Sushi is in Jamaica.
Ooh, Jamaica. Love that.
Krista, I'm not so sure.
Okay, so what do we want to talk about?
I'm open. I know you've been talking a lot. Hi, Lana. I know you've been talking a lot about quantum, the quantum physics and the quantum jumping aspect, and that is definitely something that I want to hear more about, in your opinion. Hi, Miss Elizabeth. Thank you for the daily heart me. I mean, Miss Edith.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Being here,
Yes, I think
Edith.
that's something that I would love to tap in more to when giving more of that perspective, because that's not my area of expertise. I'm more
Sure.
of the holistic and like the affirmations and the subliminal.
Okay. Sure. Well, whatever questions you have for me, just rip them off, and I'm happy to answer, respond. And anyone, if you have questions in the comments, if you have anything you want to talk about or expand on, like please drop it in the comments, because I love for lives to be like a conversation that we're having, because you have the question, somebody else probably has the question, and as we're more interactive, this live
Yeah. Also, side preface. Can we talk about the fact that we're both matching in pink today?
I know. I know, and I almost wore green, and then I was like, no, I'm
Aww.
feeling pink, and so I put the pink on. I love it.
Green is my happy color.
Really? I love
Green is
something.
my happy color. But I do got a green matcha.
Yes, yes. I
So
love
that
it.
works.
I love it. So a little bit about, I'll just share a little bit about me too, so you guys know. My name's Elizabeth. I live in Maryland, right outside of like DC area. And I came upon manifestation I really started my journey in 19. I was a CPA, and I was doing tax return, and I was working all the time. And I wanted to invest I committed so fully to the identity of the version of me that was in a career. I was unhappy with me, and I was working like 70-hour weeks. So I knew that I loved helping people. I had hired my own life coach, so I was, having all this transformation. I knew that I loved energetic manifestation, spirituality. So service that I could learn I wanted, travel, etc. Work with really awesome people. So I started doing the manifesting work, the identity work around having a new career. And something happened when the quantum leap started to unfold. Everything started to unfold in my reality. It was 2020. You know what was happening in 2020. It was like 2 weeks into all of that. At the firm that I was working at, they asked me to do this crazy thing. My boss wanted me to do, which were like illegal and unethical. I would be fired. And so it's lockdown. I'm like freaking out. And then I realized, like, holy crap, this is my reality crumbling so that I can move into my new career. So I didn't feel attacked. I left that career. I saw it as
Elizabeth, you keep your sound keeps going in and out, so it's like I'm hearing you, but I'm getting every other word.
Oh, such a bummer. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
That's better.
Just get like up and close.
Yeah, I don't know why. That's probably why a couple of the people probably had to like coming in and out.
Yeah. So I quantum leaped from being a CPA to being a coach, and within about a month, I had 9 one-on-one clients. Hi, sensitive. I had 9 one-on-one clients, and I really started to understand like how fast things can unfold when we are unattached and unidentifying with the current circumstances and the current reality.
So would you say that's kind of similar to disidentifying, like kind of like how like the synthesis process is? Kind of similar to that?
Yeah, like disidentifying with our current self and who we've perceived ourselves to be, because a lot of the identities that we hold are actually created from false sense of self that we created when we were younger to have a sense of safety and or survival, acceptance, etc. It's like if we had a parent that could emotions, and maybe we created a false sense of self to like be a caretaker of a parent, and that led into these other people pleasing or being somebody that we're not at our core true essence. And so when we're attached to those like avatars that aren't who we really are, and we're creating from there and manifesting from there, we're not actually manifesting from life this alignment with the true core desires and who we actually are at our core.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So then, I guess the question that I would like to pose to you is, when it comes to the identity part of it, how do you know, like, I know you've touched upon it in your videos, but like, how does one know that they're in that process and they're like going to that next level, and what does that look like?
Yeah, good question. So I look at it as like, we're either creating in two ways. Like we're creating or manifesting from a limited subconscious program that was put into us by society, our family lineage, whatever it is, these belief systems that are limited, right? They're rooted in lack, they're rooted in fear, they're rooted in etc. But we're manifesting from like our creator self, our God self that's limitless, that's abundant, that's full of love, that hasn't ever really been touched by fear or pain or trauma or limitation in any way, shape, or form. We're either manifesting from one of two things. If you're really clear about where you're creating from, trying to look at your intention on it. Mind, it will give you those answers. So just as you ask yourself, like, why am I going live right now? Like, why am I on this live? Like, why do I want to go live? And then you ask, curiosity, when you notice what comes forward, and maybe it's like, forward is like, well, I really want people to see. Go a layer deeper. Like, well, why do I really care if people see my content? Oh, well, because if they see my content and I get a lot of likes and I get a lot of views, maybe people will like me. It's like, well, why do I care if people like me more? I care if people like me because that means that then I'm going to be successful. You start to get to the root of like what's driving the behaviors actions that you're taking, like why you want to like I've done this work with my relationship as well. And maybe it's that like core motivation level. Get to that like, this excites me, I want to do this, I want to serve, this is my passion, like this is the thing, like, I just can't say no because it's lighting me up. Or if it's coming from a program which is like usually seeking validation, seeking permission, out of fear, something to like wanting to protect ourselves. It's these more egoic type of programs that I run in the show. So putting that in top, desires may be the same, they may change, you may think, oh, actually I don't want this type of career, actually I don't want to go live, I'd rather post a video, I'd rather write an email or write a blog. Like that's coming from the true core essence of who I want to be right now. Alignment with that, that's what it is. It's like, oh, now we've got some clean, potent energy to really work with to mirror back to you the results that you've done in your life.
That makes so much sense. Like, that actually makes so much sense. I feel like I do that already, just not exactly the way that you do that. I like to be like, I tend to do this thing where I'll be like, well, why am I doing it? Like, why am I doing this? Why? Like, I'll ask myself a bunch of why questions. I forgot who said it. I think it was Justin Baldini in his book, Man Enough, where it got it from him. It's like called the ladder technique, but it's with why. Where it's like, okay, why this, why that, why this, like, and it's just like you just keep on going down, why, until, like you said, you get to that root of the, like, why you're doing this. And I do find that to be like really transformative and really powerful, because it's like then you do get to know yourself, you get to know who you are versus what other people have put on you, or the society that puts on you. And I paired that with some exercises that's in the book called The Myth of Normal by Gaber Mate. I don't know if you've read that book, but it's a pretty hefty book. It's like really thick. So I had to read bits and pieces of that book last semester, the spring semester, but some of those exercises are really helpful, because even when it comes to saying no or saying yes, like, why am I saying yes? How does saying yes make me feel? How does saying no make me feel? Why is it a problem saying no? Like, why are you hesitant with saying no? If it's not an immediate hell yes, then it's a no.
Yes, totally. And that's where we learn if we're like doing it to fulfill an expectation that we think somebody else has of us, or if we're doing it to try to control somebody and get a certain result, or if we're doing when we get really clear about all of that and we clean all of that up, it's like, to me, it feels like these walls around your heart kind of come down, and then your frequency raises, and you're more limitless possibility. You're more open. You have less expectation based on those outcomes, and then you open mind possible.
Yeah.
Best case scenario that our mind comes up with is still a limitation to you. And so the more unattached you can be,
Yeah, and I think that's the beauty of it. I definitely know, like, there's not even I know that's the beauty of it, because you get to, doing this work, you get to be the example of what people want to see. It's like, oh wait, if she can do it, then we could do it too. Like,
oh yeah,
the possibilities are endless, and you're always, in each moment, it's a new moment to create a different outcome.
yes.
But I know for me, I've always been the one having to figure everything out all the time, figuring out the solutions, figuring out this. Like, I'm constantly figuring out how to do things by myself or for other people. And now it's for the first time in my life where I'm like, okay, where do I go from here? I can't keep trying to figure this out, because figuring it out is delaying my process when I'm trying to figure it out all the time. And when you get into this, you're told, oh, don't worry about the how, don't worry about the when, and I'm like, what? How? Like, that's not an area of familiarity. Like, I don't know what it feels like to not have to figure out the how or the when, or not having to figure things out, and that gets very uncomfortable. That's very uncomfortable when you're questioning, well, how my bills are going to get paid, how is this going to happen? Like, wait a minute, I'm uncomfortable.
That's so true, and that's where most people will shrink back. They're like, their 3D hasn't reflected back the changes yet, and so then their old identity will come back through, because they haven't held the energy of the new reality and the new identity long enough to take it over into the results actually focus on like the outer reality. So it is a learning curve to get comfortable in that. I call it the magic zone. It's that like right at your edge of comfort where the new identity is kicking in, and the results haven't manifested yet. So fun.
No, that's true though. Like that's the beauty of it, and I think there's also the grace, giving yourself grace, giving yourself grace and compassion.
Yes.
Like you have to give yourself grace and compassion, because if you don't, then yeah, so you need that part.
Absolutely, because we don't expand and grow from like beating ourselves up. That just attaches us to the old paradigm.
Yeah. Do you guys have any questions? Do you have any guys have any questions while we're in here for her? So I'm not the only one asking Elizabeth questions.
Ask questions.
I could ask a ton of questions. But I don't want to be the only one asking questions.
And I know too that letting go of control, it feels a little bit scary because you really only reach for control. When you think about it, reach for control when you're feeling more power. That feeling to reach for control, to need to know the outcome, is really coming from a lack of personal power. Our power as knowing that we're the creator, knowing that everything that we desire already exists within us. It's always our power to have and the continual commitment to doing that as many times as possible until it manifests, that allows you to naturally attach and lean back, because then you start to feel like you already have the thing that you want. You really start to feel like, I have it so deeply, I feel so like whole without it. I'm not lacking anything. I don't have that feeling of lack that's like driving me to reach the control. And from there, you'll naturally detach. And it's crazy because for me, the things usually come in the most. I'm just like living life, having fun. I'm like living life, telling my friends, oh, there's money.
Yeah. I know when I look at I know for me lately what I've been doing is the three things that I've been doing is practicing heavily on the gratitude, like a lot of gratitude. Like I was sleeping with an affirmation tape that I made last year for like over a year. And normally when I listen to affirmation tapes, I'll listen to it for the minimum of 21 days and then I'll switch it. But for whatever reason, this one I was like, you know what? I'm going to listen to it for 90 days. And 90 days turned into literally over an year of me listening to the same tape. And I was like, you know what? I think it might be time to switch it. So what I did was I switched it to a gratitude affirmation tape by Rising Hybration, I think, or Jessica. I forgot which one because both of their voices sound the same. And I don't see them, so I don't know what they look like. But I don't know what they look like, but the same. But from doing that, I do feel a difference. Why am I why is there an echo again? I think from doing the no, how to fix this? It's a really bad echo. Is it fixed? I think it's fixed. Okay. I think it's it. So I think from doing from me switching the tape and then practicing the gratitude, it's been helping me to feel a lot better. but then I'll match that with the Ho'oponopono and the Ho'oponopono prayer, as well as the Heart Sutra. And with the Heart Sutra,
prayer as well as the heart
is the detachment part of it. So I'm doing the forgiveness and the gratitude and then the detachment all at the same time. So it's been helping me to feel a lot better and to just go with the flow versus anything. Okay, so the echo is not on my end. The echo is on your end. So when you speak, I'm gonna mute myself.
It's so loud. Okay, is that better? Okay.
I'll mute myself while you.
I'll mute myself while you. I'm gonna log off and see if it works when I come back on.
I don't know why that is doing this. Okay, is this it? Is this better? Can we hear each other? Is there echo? No more echo? Guys, let me know. Okay, yeah, that's better. Okay, no echo. Yay!
Yay! Thanks for your patience, everyone.
Patience is a virtue, okay? Patience is a virtue.
Yeah, the gratitude is huge because it really connects us to source. And I think it's, I don't know how to say it, Ho'oponopono, the forgiveness.
Yeah.
Because everyone is a reflection of what's going on with us internally. So when we're judging or blaming or guilting or blaming other people, our subconscious mind thinks that it's doing it to ourselves. So that energy that we harbor towards others, if it's negative, is actually really only hurting us and our creations and our manifestations and our joy. So everything that you said about shifting all of that, this is a big part of the work that I do with my clients, is like feeling the reflections that come up with those like letting out judgment, working through what comes up when you feel like somebody's being some type of way towards you. And as you heal that from within, the craziest thing happens is people will reflect back those changes to you. They will start treating you better. They will start prioritizing you. They will start valuing you. They will start being more open and vulnerable and more connected. I literally had a client that was like tense and she felt like she couldn't speak her voice. And now they're like great friends and like relieved. It's like mind blowing. It's all that reflection of what's going on within us and our consciousness. And then as we heal and release it, like people around you will start to reflect those changes back. It's so cool to see that like all
It's really
was always within us. It's never about anyone else. It was always within us.
Yeah, it really is amazing to see that. And like I noticed that whenever I feel myself judging or like feeling some type of way about somebody, I'm like, okay, nope, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. If I see a homeless person, like if I can't give them anything, I'll just, in my head, I'll be like, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And that helps me to feel better because I'm like, I can't help you right now, but I can do some Ho'oponopono in my head.
Yes, I love that.
Do that instead. And it does make me feel a lot better. Like it does make me feel a lot better. And I keep a little mini journal with me so I can keep track of like the days, like what I'm doing, like how I'm feeling, you know, things like that. Like there's moments where I have these random spontaneous like tension, pressure headaches in the front of my forehead, and they come out randomly. and I don't know where they come from, why they're coming. But for the past like 2 days, since switching the tape and doing the gratitude, hey lyric, since practicing the gratitude and practicing like going in on the Ho'oponopono, I'm like, wait, I don't feel that tension, that pressure in the front of my forehead. Like, wait a minute. Like, okay, I feel a difference.
I'm not surprised at all. That's amazing. Of course. Right? Because that you're like releasing that energy.
Yeah.
So good.
So it feels, it's like really good to feel that, like, not feel the tension. Like I also had, like, I started doing physical therapy and occupational therapy because I get migraines. So I was telling the doctor, I said, look, I have a lot of tension and I feel stiff in my neck and there's like knots in my neck and in my shoulders. I feel that and I feel stiff in my back. And while I'm doing the occupational therapy and whatnot, I'm also doing Ho'oponopono on my body and to the occupational therapist and to the physical therapist because I was like, huh, I'm working on my healing, so let me practice this while I'm healing.
Yes.
And it makes the experience a whole lot better. Hi, Marcus.
Hi, everyone. Sensitive says I'm going to try to do that too. Yeah. And the cool thing about our bodies, like our bodies are our unconscious mind. So they have so much wisdom for us. So you can even, I've done this where I've like, this is like normal place. This is just like, there's an energetic component where you can like ask sensation in your body, like, what do you want me to know? So I'll do this. I'll have to meditate. What do you want me to know? And it said, I felt my subconscious say, it was like, you're telling yourself lies, and we want you to focus on the truth. And I was like, okay, like what truth? All of these truths about reality, about like how powerful we are, like just started pouring out of me, and I was just like writing them in my journal and feeling them like being coded into my body.
Wait, no, I didn't mean to invite. Marcus, I did not mean to invite. Ignore invite. I was trying to do something else. Ignore it. Do not. I'm sorry. Shadow, hi, what's up? I hope you're doing well. You got us in a live with Elizabeth Ann. You know, I'm bringing more guests onto the TikTok, so yeah.
I love it. Yeah, so you can ask your body questions when you have these sensations too to help you, because it'll give you the wisdom of what's ready to be integrated to release and heal those sensations.
Huh. I got chills when you said that, by the way.
Yeah, it's really powerful shit.
I got some serious chills when you said that. The irony of that is that a lot of what I learned in school is like the holistic psychology part of it. Like, so what I do and what I've learned in school is I started, to give you preface of my background, when I found law of assumption in 2020, and that was like in, I want to say October or September of 2020, I found law of assumption, and I was going through a really bad breakup, like where it was kind of like a breakup, but we were kind of still like talking and like messing around, and he was dealing with another girl, and my self-concept was sugar honey iced tea. It was toxic, it was hell. I had no idea what I was doing. I was living in his grandparents' house in the basement with one window.
Wow.
It was cluttered, it was messy, it was disgusting, there was bugs all over the place. Like it was a mess. And he might get mad at me if he ever saw this live and be like, why are you talking? Look, I don't care. I appreciate the journey. I appreciate what you've done for me. But at the same time, that toxic stuff was not it. I don't recommend it. But while you're going, I don't think no one ever talks about the transition of changing your self-concept while dealing with toxic stuff, and the integration part. Like, no one talks about because I've seen it. Like, some people are like, oh yeah, I manifested overnight, I manifested this, I manifested that. And I don't think there's enough coaches that or people that are saying how to go from one polar extreme, which is like the lack and the scarcity and the toxicity, to a more healthier, like the other side of the spectrum, where it's the luxury and the abundance and the healthiness and the peace and the tranquility. Like, the middle part is the part that no one talks about, because you hear the aftermath. Like, you hear about the pretty picture, and I like to say this all the time. When it comes to modeling or photography, you don't see what I had to do to get the pretty picture, to get the end result. You don't see when I'm on set on doing acting jobs or whatever in background work, you don't see the amount of hours it took for us to get a shot. You don't see us in the cold, freezing in the cold, getting a shot for a movie that you want to see. You don't see that. So that's why I'm a big part of my community, and a big part of how I've grown my platform on here and on other apps is that transparency part. I was hella scared about talking about my journey. I was hella scared about coming on here, about crying in tears, like, I don't know how I'm going to pay this, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And my community has been so supportive on my journey that I'm like, I don't know where I would be without them, because I'm thankful for that. But after the 2020, in 2021, I made the decision. I got heavily obsessed with quantum physics. I got heavily obsessed with that, and I was like, I want to go back to school, but I couldn't. I was also heavily obsessed with the neuroscience part of it, because I was like, okay, I understand the law of assumption, I understand the spirituality, I understand the manifesting part of it, but I want to understand the science part of it so I can bridge the gap between the two. And by understanding the both sides of it, it then can allow me the ability to create a model and talent agency where I'm offering mental health services at the same time of offering financial services to models, because that's something that is not available to models. I'm a model, I'm a model, I'm a photographer, but I went back to school to study holistic psychology with a specialization in expressive arts therapy, and then I had the double minor in cognitive neuroscience and photography. I'm still in school because I still have a master's program to go to and a PhD, but the master's is in mindfulness. And by learning all of these different things, and then understanding the quantum physics and understanding all these different aspects on the law of assumption, I'm like, yeah, I am going to create a model and talent agency that offers this, because I want to see models have better mental health, and I don't see agencies providing that, especially as a creative. Like, I've heard so many stories about models and other creative people that they look pretty on the outside, they look like they have it all going on the outside, but on the inside they don't feel good.
Yeah.
On the inside, like, there was, I think maybe 2 years ago, there was a model that jumped off in one building in 34th Street somewhere. She literally plummeted to her death, and she won beauty pageants, and it's like, it's really sad. Then there was the other guy, Twitch, the dancer Twitch. Like, so many people. It's like, these are things that I'm passionate about it, because I want to be the difference in the community. That I also know that because of my background and because of what I know, I would be doing a disservice if I didn't share all of my journey instead of just bits and pieces.
That's so beautiful, girl. Like, that mission, that's very specific, very needed. Like that's on your heart for a reason, because you're the one that's meant to bring that to life for people. That's powerful. I was like, teary-eyed, are you? Teary-eyed, just thinking about
like talking about it.
Yeah, like just thinking about the people that's going to serve and what that's going to do to the industry is going to be.
And I'm going to do all of that while still having my other businesses that will still be able to help models get work and all of that other stuff, and still do all, like, I'm going to be the woman who really does it all. Because I also know there's tools and resources and Upwork and Fiverr, and I might not to get it political, I might not like Trump, but Trump tells, I give him one thing: delegation, power of delegation, and hiring people to do the work for you. Some people are like, but that's a lot of stuff. No, I hire people, okay? You hire people. You delegate the work.
It's going to give you the aligned people, because that dream is meant to come to fruition. And you're not going to have to figure it out. It's going to come to fruition in an aligned, easeful way, because you know how to get in alignment with that. So that's a powerful mission. That makes sense.
It is. It definitely is. I mean, the beauty of it is that on my journey, I have been blessed with different creators and different coaches and meeting different people. Hey, Mystic and Marquise, I have been blessed with getting the opportunity to collaborate with like other people and to meet other people. Like there's Sean from Here Nor There, his YouTube channel. I don't know if you know who he is. Like I've gotten, anytime I've ever needed quote unquote coaching or whatever, I've gotten it and never paid a dime.
See?
Somehow, some way.
Like
I don't know I don't know how, but every single time. And it's always came right on time. Even when I do these lives, I'm always learning something, and it's always, you learn from me, I learn from you, and it's like, hi Miss. Yeah, I just did one with him last week, and we're going live again later on my platform because we did it on his.
I love it.
Like it's the beauty. It's the beauty. It's the beauty of it. Like we get to expand our consciousness.
Yeah, and support each other, and that being such a collaborative thing. Like, and we're really moving. I really just feel like we're moving out of this mindset of like competition into collaboration and into like moving like. It's just a beautiful way to look at life that looks at life as what it is, which is abundant.
Yep. You never stop learning, and everything is a way to learn. I think, there's one phrase: the people at the top are not competing with each other, they're collaborating.
Mm-hmm. Totally. And I will catch my ego mind in it. Like I was listening to a training recently, and I caught my ego mind being like, I already know that. And like that's the edge that your ego is like trying to keep you the same, right? When I was like, no, stay open, because there's something here. There's something that drew me to this training. So there is something here that I can learn and take away and implement, grow from. And I reopened up, and then boom, had the shift. Yeah, nothing is learning, nothing is fully known. Yes, I love that.
It's Shiva! Hi! Like, I think the one thing that I've learned, and I've always known this stuff, but it's like, I've always known this stuff, but it wasn't until recently where I've actually been implementing it. Because there was that fear part, like that fear, like, oh, I don't know if they're gonna, I don't know if they're gonna say yes to me. Like I'm afraid of the no, like I'm afraid of the rejection. And then I was telling Mystic on his, like last week when we were doing the live, I was telling Mystic, I said, I sprained my ankle, falling up the stairs, not down the stairs. And I previously had sprained my ankle going down the stairs after buying a pair of shoes in the mall a week after buying a car that I intuitively knew not to buy, but I still got it anyway. And in spraining my ankle going up the stairs, I was like, okay, well, I can't, in this moment, I cannot do this. However, I'm on bed rest, and instead of me just sitting down and just watching TV all day, I could be on TikTok networking, making content, putting out videos, going on people's lives, watching other people's lives, and just networking and just reaching out to however many content creators I can to see who is willing to collaborate. And I tell you, every person that I reach out to has literally all said yes.
Of course.
Every last one. To the point where I'm like, okay, where do I squeeze you guys? And like, where do I
Now you're like booked out.
Wait, what? Hold on. Like, it's an overwhelming, but it's a good feeling.
Yeah.
And I know that because I'm putting people together, I'm like, okay, you know, you could do this and you could do that. Like, I know the girl that I'm collaborating with on Friday, she's like the manifesting with the nutrition. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Oh. And then that gives a way for her to promote her course and what she wants and like how she's gonna do it. And then it's like, it's that give and that take. And previously with like coaching, I've seen other coaches do it where they collaborate with lives and they collaborate with like Zoom or webinars and whatnot, and they give like all this value, and then they like after the end they're like promoting themselves, and I'm like, wait, why aren't we doing this?
Yeah.
Like, why are we not having these mastermind groups? Why aren't we not collaborating? Like, you know this, and this person knows this. Where's the collaboration? We need the collaboration. I think like that's been like the missing piece, and I've just been putting everybody together.
That's
but
so
it's
amazing. I love it. And I love that you took a situation where it's like you sprained your ankle, like a crappy situation, and then you turned it into magic and gold and really alchemized that energy and used it for your benefit.
Because now we're here.
I know.
Like, and now we're here. Like, and I've been following you for so long, and I'm like, yay!
And then I bought your thing, your preset.
Oh, yeah, and there's that too, guys, okay? There's that too. She bought one of my Lightroom presets, and I was not expecting that. And keep in mind, I had no sales on my Lightroom presets. I've had my Lightroom presets
That was your first sale?
for the past 2 years. You were literally my first sale, okay? My first one. Okay? My first Lightroom preset sale. Okay, I am never going to forget this. I'm going to constantly be talking about this for the rest of my life because I literally woke up to a sale from Elizabeth Ann on a Saturday morning in my sleep. Okay, in my sleep. It took 5 seconds to make. It literally took 5 seconds to make that Lightroom preset. 5 seconds, and it's been up on my site forever. And you bought my first one, and
oh my god, that makes me even happier. Like,
I'm grateful.
And this is like the co-creative power, the alignment, the aligned match. Like, I have literally been looking at my friend's pictures, and I'm like, I love her pictures. Like, they're bright. The way whatever preset she uses, right? I want to get a preset. And then when you asked me to go live, and I looked at your link, I was like, okay, let me see like what she's about. Like, make sure it's entertainment. And oh yes, and I'm like, oh, presets, like what? And then I'm like, oh, this is really good. Like, let me get it. And then I'm like, yeah, let's go live. That's the thing. Like when we have that desire to sell something, to create something, there's a cooperative component on the other side that people that want to buy that thing or be a part of that thing or that community or that collaboration or whatever it is. And so you trusting that, me trusting that, it's like that energy always lines up. So I just love that as a beautiful.
I love it too. And the beauty of the Lightroom presets, if you did not know that, if you have an upgraded account on Lightroom, you can use the Lightroom preset on your videos as well, so you can still have that coherent look throughout your Instagram and your images. So it's not just for the images, it's also for videos too. Literally, and what I love about the Lightroom presets is it literally is just one click.
Yeah.
One click. And that makes it so much easier. Like, it makes it so much easier for people to edit, because not everyone knows how to. Not everyone knows how to operate Lightroom. Not everyone is an editor. Not everyone understands the curves and the curvatures and the brightness. Like, okay, pop it into Lightroom, click it, one click, call it a day.
Yeah, not everyone's meant to figure that out. Like, I'm not meant to figure that stuff out.
And I just figured, I was like, this is selling Lightroom presets. I was like, this is a perfect way for me to make passive income in my sleep, still be a model, and still be a photographer, and still do what I do best, and helping people. Like, perfect way. So it's a win-win. And I'm just like, I'm here for the journey, and not for the money. And that's why I do all of what I do, because I don't, like, I know the money is coming.
Yeah. It's always coming. It's always trying to come to us. It's always in our field. And just the more that we align to that frequency and that identity, then it becomes visible, then it comes in. For the journey. Yes. Yeah. It's such a joy to connect with you. I'm so grateful for you and to be here.
I'm grateful for you too. Like, I love this, and we're gonna do this more often, because
I agree.
We are definitely gonna do this more often. And what I do with the lives is I take them and I don't know if you know how to do this, but if you don't know how to do this, I'm gonna explain it. What I do with the lives is I'll go back in the live thing on the back end of TikTok, and I save them and I upload them on YouTube.
Okay, cool.
So if you have a YouTube channel, can you send me it so I can make sure to tag you on YouTube as well? And all that good stuff.
Yay! Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for connecting. Go out today. Give the gift of you to the world. Everything you want within you. Tap into that frequency. Be it. Walk around as it.
Yes. Thank you. I'm grateful for you. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate each and every single one of you, and I will let you guys know when the replay is up on YouTube.
Yes. Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.